Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again into the Paranormal Portal. It's all word to life here. The machines are all running and they seem to be working, which is always huge. Hello, John Stevenson. Good to see ya. John Temprin, Wizard Moon. Got Man from the West 420 in here. Grandizer's in here. Inhale. Caitlin is here. How you doing, Caitlin? Good to see you. Excellent to see everybody as we embark on another journey into the Paranormal Portal. Any other names that I didn't get? It's kind of a quiet start. Usually there's a lot of... Cat Dougherty's in here. There's a lot of people talking before I start, but it was literally Man in the West 420 and myself. In the YouTube chat, I was like, wow, what's going on? Is there something good on TV I'm missing? But I'm glad to see all you guys here that are coming in, and more of you I'm sure will as we get going. Hopefully you guys are coming from Phantoms and Monsters Radio with Mr. Lon Strickler. Lon is an incredible guy, and he's been at this a long time. He's one of the sage voices, I guess, of the paranormal umbrella. He's been at it forever. He's been, involved in so many aspects of this stuff, and he does live streams. So he's also creator and webmaster of Phantoms and Monsters.com, which, if you haven't seen it, you're right, it's not on. Thank you, Deborah. If you haven't seen phantomsandmonsters.com, you're missing out. But Lon starts out Friday nights at 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern, doing his show. And it's a live stream, and it's great. I didn't catch it tonight. It usually pops up on my feed, and I can always see it, but it didn't pop up tonight. And I got tied up with a few different things, so I didn't have a chance to look for it. But I usually sit and listen to Lon as I'm prepping for my own show. And it's really enjoyable. So if you haven't caught Lon, you should catch it. That's for 1 hour. And then you can come join me in the portal for 2 hours from 7 to 9 Pacific, which would be 10 to midnight Eastern. And come hang out with me for a couple hours, and then you can close out the night. If you still got paranormal energy to burn, by all means, you should hang out with Dave Scott and Spaced Out Radio folks. So it's like Friday nights are an epic lineup here online. Lots of great streaming shows, and there's more than this. This is just those two gentlemen are friends of mine, and I just really appreciate their presence and their blessing of the portal, and I can't help but try to promote them as well to any of you that may not have heard of them. So definitely check them out. They're wonderful people. Lon is one of the OGs for sure. Yeah, it's crazy. You're absolutely right, Grandizer. It's, Lon was been at this long before I probably even knew most of this stuff. So he's been at it literally for decades, folks. He's literally one of the older voices and one of the most informed voices in this space. So definitely support what Lon's doing. And so if you didn't do it tonight, then next Friday, start over on Phantoms and Monsters. Come over and hang out with me on the portal. And then after I'm done, go check out Dave Scott and Spaced Out Radio. It's just a huge trifecta on Friday nights. Yeah, a.k.a. Brent Arthur. Brent, oh. Yeah, Dave Scott calls me B. Arthur. Yeah, that's funny. That's so funny because my grandma used to watch Golden Girls, and so I'd sit and watch it with her. And it was a cute show. I thought it was fun. And it just always reminds me of my grandma, who was incredibly close to me and who I missed dearly every day. She was just such an incredible woman, and such a loving soul. It was always, I don't know, it's a good memory. So it's kind of cheeky and funny that Dave calls me that, but it's also kind of endearing because it brings back all those memories. So anyway, that's the push for Friday nights. Please keep that in mind. And Maud, B. Arthur, yep. What was I going to say? I was going to say something and now I forgot it, but it'll probably come back to me. I've been really verklempt lately. I've been really frazzled for a lot of different reasons, just because I'm trying to keep up and catch up. And I was working on projects all day today, got some things done, which you'll probably notice maybe one of them later. But I'm not going to say what it is until it happens. But I'm sure you're going to notice it right away. It's actually not. It's like a rose-colored shirt, but for some reason with that light, with the tone of light that I have on my ring light, and the camera, it's picking up more like an orange, like I'm going hunting. So, but no, this is, it's a good shirt. This is also available on the gear site. If you want to check it out, look in the description. You can check out gear of your own. You can, there's plenty of colors, plenty of different colors. I just thought I'd try out this one because it's like, well, that's, I've worn it before. It looks really orange tonight, though, doesn't it? I wonder what's going on with my camera. But it's actually more of like a salmon color, really. But yeah, nice stuff. Oh my God, it's a Paranormal Portal shirt. It is. It is. If you're interested in a Paranormal Portal shirt of your own or a hat, check out the description. There is links to our swag shop. And it's one of those online deals. They create it for orders. It's not like I buy a bunch of stock in advance and try to stock sizes. It's made to order. So if you like that, go check it out. It'd be a great help to me, but no pressure. But hello, Mr. David Barnes. Good to see you. Bryce Edwards is over on Facebook. Good to see you. Kitty Caddywhack is here in the YouTube. John Stevenson, as I said before. John Temprin, the Johns are here. Who else came in? I did say Grandizer. It looks like people are filtering in as we go. Aussie is here. Good to see you, Aussie. Good to see you as always, brother. Let's see. Yeah, that looks like it's over on the Rumble. So far, it's Big D is over there, as well as HB Girl to You. Lucky Gypsy's over there hanging out. Haven't seen anybody from Twitch. It's been kind of neat. There's been a new gentleman, a nerdy gamer dude or something like that. I'm so terrible with names, and I'm so sorry if you're out there listening. But it's been nice seeing somebody hanging out over there. Oh, you want to see the whole shirt? Yeah. There it is. There it is. There's the whole shirt. Nothing but the shirt. So help me God. And there's one in your size waiting for you. I'm just saying. We're 33 strong and growing. It started around 11. Yeah, and granted, not everybody chats. Not everybody comes in and says, hey, and gets involved in the conversation. A lot of people turn on the show just to listen, and that's fine too. However you find the show, I remember what I forgot to do. I got a phone call right before, I noticed a phone call right before the show, and so I made that call, and I forgot one big step of tonight, and that is to send Sheldon the link so he can actually join. I didn't even open up that application yet. So here I am doing it. So yes, I'll turn on the ghost radar. It is open. Good. I didn't send Sheldon the link though yet. Let me do that. I guess I did do part of it and then I dropped the ball after that. So that's the way my life rolls sometimes. Let me do this. Got to do this now. Thank God I can type. That's all I can say. That's one skill that I have never regretted learning since high school. And I learned, just to give you an idea, there was just the electric typewriters. Like you hit a button, it's like, and that little ball would go up and hit the paper and make the letters and stuff. And when you really got flying, it was kind of fun because it sounded like a machine gun, like, I'm a kid. What can I say? All right, let me send this to Sheldon so he can actually join once he's available. I don't know if he's already available or not, but we'll send it to him and he can join us when he's able. Okay, yeah, I don't care about that. Why does it have to tell me how much storage I have left? It's 90%, but it's email. It's like that other 10% will take about 3 years to fill up. I'm sure I'm okay. Link. Here you go. And here is the link, Mr. Sheldon, if you're out there listening. It's on its way. And go. There it goes. So he will now have the link to be able to join us. Now, I said I was going to start the Ghost Radar, so I got to do that. I'm just all tardy in my responsibilities here. It is the 14th. November 14th. Whoops. You know what the most common button that I use on my keyboard is when I'm typing? The backspace. I can send you guys a picture of my keyboard. And this keyboard is, well, it's when I redid the studio. So I don't know, was that about a year ago? Maybe about 8 months ago? I've already worn most of the letters off of several of the buttons on my keyboards that you cannot read the actual letters anymore, or almost not. And the plastic's getting really smooth. Like it starts out with a little bit of a grip, like a texture on it, and they're like worn smooth. So it gives you an idea of how long I've been in here, how many hours a day that I'm in here typing and doing stuff. So, all right, the Ghost Radar is on. Sheldon has the link whenever he is available to join us, and I've got a bunch of fun-filled information for you. Of course, we're going to be getting to the news in moments here, and we are going to get into a thought catalog article that I pulled up. It looks like a good one. Another one of those, Dog Digger came in over on Rumble. Good to see you, Dog. Benno from Oz came in. Yeshua came in. Good to see you guys. Annie Manul is here. Good to see you. As always, thank you, all of you, for being here. And then we're going to get Bigfoot gifts Coca-Cola to Brent Thomas. Bigfoot must love me because Coca-Cola is the nectar of the gods. It might be nature's most perfect beverage because there's no way it was crafted by the hands of mortals. I'm just saying. And no, Pepsi is not even close. Pepsi is not even in the equation. Just saying. Pepsi tastes like carbonated maple syrup or something. It's just too sweet. It's like eating liquid cake or something. I don't know what the hell is with Pepsi. Coca-Cola, not there's a man's drink, I'm just saying. And when's the last time you ever heard of a whiskey Pepsi? There's a reason men don't drink that with Pepsi. Just saying. So anyway, that's everything on the front end. So I guess we're going to dive into it now. You guys ready for some news? You guys ready to get informed and brought up to speed with the happenings in our wonderful planet? Well, I am, and I'm not even sure what I'm going to be reading you because I think I pulled these things up. Oh, Grandizer's putting out the P.O. Box address. Yeah, just one word of advice. If you ever do send me something, please message me somehow and let me know because I don't check that thing daily. I don't get many mails, like actual mail. The only mail that I get regularly is for the people that used to own the P.O. Box. I get their stuff all the time, and it's like, God. So if you send something to my P.O. Box that Grandizer did actually post the address to, you can please let me know. That would help. Then I'll know when to kind of aim my visits down to the post office. So, all right, let's get to some of information. Hi, Jackie Hall. Good to see you. Good to see you all. Boondock Mojo came in. Good to have you here. It's good to see you guys all. Thank you so much. So, have I missed anybody? I think that's everybody so far. I didn't do the participants, but if you chat, I will see your name and hopefully think to say hello. Cryptical Crossroads. That's awesome. Good to see you, Mr. Casto. Goat milk. What the hell are you talking about, goat milk? I don't think I've ever had goat milk, for the record. I'd be fine trying it out. I just have never tried it. Don't drink the bull milk, though. I'm just saying. That's so disgusting. All right, let's get to the news, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention. You might hear something a little different. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Time for the news. Did you hear it? What was that? How you doing, Bigfoot? Michigan Rob is in the house. Good to see you, brother. So if you notice that, it's the only news John Struss. Yes, it is new music. The reason that I got the new music on there is because apparently that trashy disco beat that Wes found, somebody's actually claiming copyright on that now, and I'm getting notices. It's not a strike. It's not the same as a strike, but basically what happens on YouTube, if you're using some music that somebody's got licensed somewhere and they catch it, they can capture monetization for your video. So like every news that I've done up to this point, which is, God, it's got to be about 800 news episodes, has that music on it. And I will now be donating donating the proceeds of that to those people because they're dicks. And it's okay. I really don't capture that much revenue on advertising anyway, for what it's worth. So, yeah, somebody has the copyright on that. So, I got a claim on it on Facebook. So I'm sure I'll be getting tons of these notices because they're going to realize I've got a lot of versions of that out there, a lot of instances of using that. So, yeah, no more brown chicken, brown cow. That's that. But the song you did hear is something I wrote a couple 3, 4 years ago. And it was actually a theme song for a friend of mine who was starting a show. And he used it for the time that he had his show. But, so I just decided, well, that's laying around. It kind of sounds newsy, maybe. I don't know. At least I hope it fits. But it's mine. I know I can use it. So there you go. That's why I had to redo the music on that clip. But good to see you all. And this is the news. I'm your anchor, Brent Thomas, here on the Paranormal Portal News. And we are going to dive into some stories. Now, throughout the course of the Professor. No, I'm not a professor. I just a host. Thank you. It said professor. Am I teaching you something? I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. Very cool. Professor Brent Thomas, then. You can call me Professor Brent. I don't know. But this is the case. I utilize a lot of different sites on the show. And in the course of doing that, I do want to encourage you guys, please visit these sites. Please give them your love. Give them your traffic, your attention. All of these sites have incredible information. Amazing amount of articles that you can peruse all about this weird stuff and more. Many of these sites host a lot of the normal kind of stuff as well as this weird stuff that we're all neck deep into here on the portal. So, Professor of the Paranormal. I like that, Mr. Barnes. Well played. Well played. I am your host, Professor of the Paranormal, Brent Thomas. But please give them your love. Please give them your traffic. These sites are exceptionally well done. The best I've ever found. So please keep them and keep the lights on. The Golden Professor. Benno, you changed your picture. I'm trying to see what I got here. Your head's so much smaller now, but you have a halo? You have a halo or what's going on there? You're glowing. Very nice. All right. So anyway, this is the news. And I've got several articles pulled up for you. You can tell within the first minute if it's AIs. If what's AI? I don't know what you're talking about. I hate all the AI stuff like Bigfoot stories, etc. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of it. It's kind of the shortcut version to entertaining people is just have AI do all the legwork, and it does a surprisingly good job. But I still think those stories that come from the heart and that were something people really experienced are way more powerful. So I like those. But we're going to get to our articles here. I'm kind of babbling. I feel like I'm going 3 directions. And none of them are right. None of them are the right direction. Here we go. We're going to start our news journey on unexplained-mysteries.com. Actually, we're going to not only start it there, we're going to end it there too. It's 3 articles up for you. The first one comes from the extraterrestrial files of unexplained-mysteries.com. And this is, let's see, how's that framed? Not great. There we go. SETI's Noah's Ark, the Soviet Union's oft-forgotten search for aliens. SETI's Noah's Ark. I know the search for extraterrestrial intelligence is SETI. That's that's the acronym that was basically a global effort to piecemeal, and it actually became the template for a lot of distributed denial of service attacks and stuff. But basically, people would have these little micro programs that would examine data from the radio telescopes, because there were terabytes and terabytes of information, and there was no way that the computers that they had, it says pi, no way that the computers they had could crunch it all. So they were taking chunks of data from these mega scans of the night sky and piecemealing it out to these little applications. And when your computer was kind of sitting idly, it could devote the processor power and time on your computer to analyze those chunks of data. and then send it back to them. Well, it was a great program, but what ended up happening is that actually became the template for what became denial of service attacks and bot farms and things like that, was having these distributed programs that would cooperate and raise hell. So it's pretty crazy, but it started out as a great idea. And they did process a lot of the radio traffic that they had recorded over a long period of time. But I don't know if they ever found anything worth noting, but it was a neat opportunity. So it says, back during the Cold War, the USSR was involved in the search for signals sent by intelligent alien civilizations. This is going to be a big one, isn't it? Yes, it is. I'm not reading all of this, but I'll read part of it, and then I'll put the link in the chat. You guys can check out the full article yourself if you're looking for more information, but let's see what it says. This is by Gabriela Radulescu. I don't know how you say that one. That's as good as I'm going to get it, though. As humans began to explore outer space in the latter half of the 20th century, radio waves proved a powerful tool. Scientists could send out radio waves to communicate with satellites, rockets, and other spacecraft, and use radio telescopes to take in radio waves emitted by objects throughout the universe. However, sometimes radio telescopes would pick up the artificial radio signals from telecommunications. This interference threatened sensitive astronomy observations, causing inaccurate data and even damaging equipment. While this interference frustrated scientists, it also sparked an idea. During the Cold War, a new field emerged at the intersection of radio astronomy and radio communications, and it put forth the idea that astronomers could search for radio communications from possibly existing extraterrestrial civilizations. Astronomy usually dealt with observing the universe's natural phenomena, but this new field made the detection of technologically or artificially produced radio waves the object of a natural science. This field is continued today and is now called the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, or SETI. SETI encompasses all that scientists do to search for intelligent life beyond Earth. It includes one of the original uses of radio telescopes to study signals from across the galaxy in hopes of detecting intelligent messages. When the idea behind SETI was first proposed and pursued in the 1960s, only two countries, the U.S. and the USSR, had the technological capability for it. As the only space powers at the time, they were the key actors affected by radio frequency interference. So you can read more. I'm going to stop reading there. And Rob, what's wrong with you? Rob doesn't like pumpkin pie? Are you serious, Rob? That is like, I'm not sure you're American. I'm not sure you're American anymore, Rob. Everybody loves pumpkin pie, don't they? No, I'm just kidding. Not everybody, but I love it. Michelle, I'm not a fan of pumpkin pie. However, the cheesecake, yes, all day. I do love me some cheesecake too. Clearly, I love a lot of things that probably aren't really great for me, but I love them. They taste good. Why is it all the really bad stuff is what tastes the best? It's just wrong. It's wrong. Why didn't they make like broccoli and stuff taste like rice cakes? Well, maybe it does. Never mind. Why didn't they make cake and stuff really good for us, like high in protein and minerals and vitamins and stuff, and then like broccoli would be like garbage food? That would be nice. Prune. No, not prunes. They loosen me up. Yeah, anyway. But there you go. That's an interesting article. I'm sure it's got some fantastic information, probably. I didn't realize it was one of those white papers, basically. But you can read it, and maybe there's great information in there. I don't know. I haven't read anything, so it's huge, though. It's a very, very long article. That would be the whole news if I read that whole thing. So I don't think we're all that interested in it. You know, taking a walk down memory lane. Remember when? It's like, yeah, let's move along. Okay, next article is also from unexplained-mysteries.com, ladies and gentlemen. And this is from Science and Technology. This one's kind of cool. I don't know. This is very strange. But again, like they quoted in Jurassic Park, like it was Ian Malcolm, Jeff Goldblum's character, life will find a way. Oftentimes we think of what places are hospitable to life and what kind of places aren't. And generally speaking, extreme heat is one of those places that's not. But this is a little interesting, so let's check this out. This is life found inside blue volcanic goop from the bottom of the sea. Ever wonder what blue volcanic goop is? There you go. Looks like that. Looks like Play-Doh, I guess. I don't know what. Yeah, it's kind of just a goop, I guess. All right, the peculiar looking samples were retrieved from beneath the Pacific sea floor near the Mariana Trench. Life shows up in the most unexpected of places, as evidenced yet again recently when researchers retrieved sediment samples from beneath the floor of the Pacific Ocean, some 9,833 feet below sea level. The sediment itself is peculiar, to say the least. Exhibiting a bright blue color, this bizarre volcanic goop has pH levels so high that it would cause burns if you happen to touch it with bare skin. Despite this, however, scientists have now confirmed that it actually contains living organisms. There you go. Life found a way. The findings could help yield new clues as to how life arose on Earth billions of years ago. It's simply exciting to obtain insights into such a microbial habitat because we suspect that primordial life could have originated at precisely such sites, said organic geochemist Florence Schubatz. Schubatz, okay. That's the only Schubatz I think I've ever heard of in my life, but nice to hear from you. What is fascinating about these findings is that life under these extreme conditions, such as this very high pH and low organic carbon concentrations, is even possible. Incredibly, life beneath the ocean floor makes up 15% of the Earth's entire biomass, despite the fact that we know hardly anything about it at all. It is possible that studying it more closely can tell us not just about life on our own planet, but about the ways in which organisms might arise on other worlds as well. There you go. I mean, we're carbon-based, and we have a very specific balance of things that it takes to create what we are. But who says there couldn't be other base life forms out there? You know, like it doesn't have to follow our blueprint. Perhaps it came into being using whatever materials were most prevalent in their place. Like, could there be a silicon-based life form or nitrate-based? I mean, I don't know. It's anybody's guess, but it's fascinating. But we're the carbon-based ones, and so far we still hold the title here, as far as we know. At least we believe we do. So let's see what happened. I saw something happen in chat. Oh my God. What happened? Jem Gwyn, woo! Ladies and gentlemen, Jem Gwyn gifted 10 memberships to the portal. Let's see who got them. David Barnes, you're a member now. It's about time. Just kidding. And Lisa Foster got one. Hookin' Good Creations by Tina. She got a membership. Patty Troy got one. Jojo got one. Gemini Moon got one. Wow, how'd that work? That's pretty cool. Jem Gwyn gave Gemini Moon one. Steel City Stacker got one. Angelica got one. East Coast Crawler got one. And Sazib Dark to Light got one. Is that Sazzy B, I guess? Dark to Light got one. So congratulations, all 10 of you. All 10 of you. Is there more? That's 10. All of you are now trial members, 1 month memberships to the Paranormal Portal. And if you like it, love for you to continue. But if not, thanks for giving it a shot. Thank you so much, Jem Gwyn, for that. That is exceptionally cool. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Very cool. I'm just trying to get Mr. Fleshrot came in. Good to see you. Supernatural Station. Jaren's in here. Good to have you here, buddy. The Unknown is here, of course. And anybody else? Patty Troy. Hello to you. And Beth came in. Good to see you, Beth. That's very cool. Very, very cool. All right, there we go. That was the next article. Life will find a way, I guess, is the big takeaway there. So let's get to the last article here tonight on the Paranormal Portal. And this is archaeology and history. Okay. This one's not, no, this is not real long. This is doable. Here we go from unexplained-mysteries.com, ladies and gentlemen. Archaeology and history, hidden entrance potentially discovered in the pyramid of Menkaure. I'm just from the Midwest. I don't know what to do with these words. They have really weird build, really weird structure. Menkaure. I don't know. Anyway, that's as good as it's going to get. In the pyramid at that place. New scans have unveiled anomalous voids hidden within the walls of the ancient architectural wonder. Standing some 200 feet in height and dating back over 4,500 years, the pyramid is the smallest of the pyramids that make up the world-famous Giza complex. Some archaeologists have long maintained that there may be hidden spaces within the walls of these structures, perhaps even some containing undiscovered tombs and treasure chambers. I don't know, since they've never found any remains or treasure chambers or actual tombs in these places, why do they continually think that that's what they are for? All right. Anyway, now following new scans, researchers have identified various voids within the structure's wall that are thought to be indicative of a previously undiscovered hidden entrance. The testing methodology we developed allows very precise conclusions to be drawn about the nature of the pyramid's interior, said Professor Christian Gross of the Technical University of Munich. The hypothesis of another entrance is very plausible, and our results take us a big step closer to confirming it. The newfound voids are particularly compelling because they seem to be positioned inside a place on the pyramid's eastern wall where the blocks have been inexplicably polished and are unusually smooth. Further analysis will be needed to confirm whether or not there is really a hidden entrance there. Sadly, one of the pyramid's biggest treasures, a sarcophagus that was removed almost 200 years ago, was lost when the ship carrying it went down after leaving port in Malta back in 1838. So did they find remains in there? If there was a sarcophagus, that's a mummy, right? That's what like a coffin for a mummy. I didn't know that they had. I guess I always thought these things predate the Egyptian culture, and they're probably from some really ancient, older culture than that. But it's speculative. But I've heard all the arguments through the years. I just think maybe they were built for some other purpose, and we don't understand that. But oftentimes, it's an old stone structure. It must be a cemetery. Like, that's the best we can come up with. But really, that big? And even the construction methods of these things is still in question in a lot of our minds. In my mind, it is. And what was the purpose of building these? And the alignments are so incredibly precise. It's just amazing. So I don't know what the pyramids were for. I don't buy into the whole, these were burial chambers for, these ancient pharaohs and stuff. It's like, yeah, well, okay. I don't know. Maybe they were. I don't know. I'm certainly not claiming to be an academic by any measure, or even that well informed, to be honest with you. But whatever they were, they still remain one of the great wonders of our world. So I think it's fascinating. But there you go. Some hidden voids they didn't know about. Now they know. What did I say earlier?
Whoa.
Oh, Mr. Sheldon Thomas. There you are.
Yes, Mr. Me.
Mr. You. How you doing?
I am doing okay.
Yeah?
So, little off topic. McDonald's released this new chicken sandwich. It's the Buffalo Ranch McCrispy Deluxe. And boy, is it good. But boy, is my intestines having issues.
You having a little kung fu going on in your Not your groin, but in your loins.
Yeah. There's a massive kung fu battle happening in those intestines, in the caves of wonder.
I don't wonder that at all. That's
Yeah,
there you go. Well, I'm glad it tasted good at least.
it is. It's actually really good, but oh man, my body don't agree with that.
So, do you think it's just an overpriced laxative? Is that what you're thinking?
We'll find out. I'll get back to you on that one.
Word to the wise, Sheldon. Don't trust a fart.
We're not trusting that tonight. No.
The minion found that one out the hard way.
Yes. Yes.
He's a little boy. Of course, he just blows them out whenever they come up. But man, one of them surprised him and gave him a whole different reaction. I'm like, yeah, you might want to just make sure you're in the bathroom every time, rather than just doing the whole walk fart through the house. It's like, oh really? Come on. Yeah. So, anyway, I'm sorry if I'm absolutely alienating a good segment of the audience at this point, but it's when you got kids, they just just do what kids do, and they don't always think about whether something's appropriate or not. But
yes,
some gentle reminders. Yeah, I like my food slow so I can catch it, Elaine says. What? Yeah, drive-thrus are usually pretty attainable for so what? I'm not even going to answer that man from the West. I don't want to speculate, but sounds like
we won't. We just won't be.
No,
don't worry, we won't be. And trust in anything at this point. I don't know who's winning down there.
Yes. I'm here to tell you, you always blame me for going right to the poop somewhere. And you did it this time. You did it.
It's only funny when I do it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I didn't realize the rules that we're dealing with here. Okay, so that was the last article of the night. So, what do you think, Sheldon? Do you think the pyramids are burial chambers?
Well, I have thought about that, and I mean, here's the thing. I mean, those pharaohs were seen as gods. I mean, that's how the culture saw them. So, I mean, it's not surprising that they would build at the same time, it's not surprising that they would build something fit for a god. But it does seem like a lot for just a burial chamber. So, I mean, I think it ranges from really, it is that simple of an answer to there's more to it than just that.
Yeah. I've heard the arguments that some people said, no, this looks like some sort of generator, by the way it works, or all these weird passages and stones that create these chambers that come up and go down. And I'm like, wow, maybe so. I don't know. But yeah, there you go. What was I going to say? I was going to answer something here. Oh, Kelly Sandiford said, congratulations on reaching 15,000 subs. Thank you so much, Kelly. I appreciate it. It's only been since 2017 that I've had this channel, but we finally cleared 15,000. Ladies and gentlemen, we did do it. We've done it. On to 50. Let's get to 50 quicker. That'd be nice. You see some of these channels, they show up and they do a few shows, and next thing you know, they got 12,000 subs. It's like, what?
Yeah.
That has not been the success story of the Paranormal Portal, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a slow crawl, but it's okay. Like I said, I didn't need it to go. I mean, it's fine if it would have, but I don't think I would have been prepared for it to explode and just be a big thing. I really don't. I don't think I would have been prepared for that at all, and I probably would have screwed it up by now anyway, so good thing. Congrats, by the way. Oh. Barbara says, congrats, by the way. You guys are too damn cute with bubble talk. Well, there you go. It's bubble talk.
I hope that's all it ends up being. Yeah.
Bubbles from hell as it works. But anyway, yeah, there you go. Quality over quantity, Benno. Amen. All right. So we've got more show to do, though. You ready for more show, Sheldon?
Always.
I'm going to close out the news here. Check out the new news, and I'll fill you in on why. But here you go. we go. That's the news, ladies and gentlemen. Android Paranormal blowing in with 5. God bless you. Thank you, Android. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. So, yeah, I had to redo the song.
Why? Yeah, I heard that. Why?
Because Facebook has now informed me that somebody's claiming copyright for that weird garbage disco thing that Wes found. And
what?
Yeah, so now I'm donating all of the ad revenue that they earn, at least on Facebook. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before YouTube hits it too, but
what a scumbag.
Yeah, it's okay. Really, honestly, the show, you make something from ads and stuff on these shows, but it's really very minimal. And so it's fine. I guess it's okay. I mean, I've shown many things on shows through the years that it was more important to cover what the topic was than worry about the music. And I'm just like, well, I'll just, donate the proceeds of that to, whomever owns it, because, I think there's just great information. So, but it doesn't affect like super chats and memberships and stuff like that. It's just, the ads that get played. So.
Yeah, no, it's probably Wes claiming it anyway.
No, they give me a name and stuff, but it's just like, I just think, wow, I've been using that song for literally about 1.5 years, or if not better, and how many episodes is that?
I mean, if you're going to have it free for that long, why all of a sudden just start claiming it? That's so lame.
Well, I don't think they maybe never meant for it to be free, but it just got out there, and it was. I know Wes, when he built it, I'm sure it was labeled as a free song that you could use and stuff, but then it might be a media group bought out a catalog of music and they started to charge for it. So there's not much you can do about that. So, Aussie Boss Tiger remembered. God bless you.
Oh, nice.
Thank you. Sweet 16. 16 months. There you go. All right. That's a long time, Aussie. You must love us.
That is a long time.
Love you, awesome, brother. Thank you, man. That's very cool. All right. So I got an article that I pulled up. It's a brand new one. And I thought it would be fun for us to get into that. Is this it? Yes, this is it. So this is a thought catalog one. And I've loved these articles. This one comes from 2020. So it's 5 years old, almost exactly. And that might have been when it was last updated. Oh, it was last updated in 2022, so they added something to it. But this is written by Emily Madriga, and I've loved her articles as well. There's several authors over on Thought Catalog that just did amazing job with these Reddit articles, these Reddit scrapes, where they farm Reddit for comments from people on Reddit, and people respond. And, granted, we can't authenticate the stories, but are they all true? Every one of them? Well, maybe not. Maybe they're not, but at least some of them I believe are, because they don't go out of the bounds of what normal stories of this type come up with. Every once in a while somebody throws out a Lulu in there and it's like, oh, I think you just wanted to be included. But we can't authenticate it. We can't ask any questions. We can just take these little segments at face value and discuss them. So I've really enjoyed these articles, but this is 23 doctors and nurses share the paranormal stories that make me believe every hospital is haunted. Now, if you've been around this show for any amount of time, you know that hospitals come up all the time as one of the places to go if you want to experience paranormal activity, because and it's not necessarily always the old, oh, people passed away here, so some of them linger. Sure, that could be some of it. But I think even more of it probably is the result of these places being locations where there's a lot of energies that are expressed there. There's anger, there's rage, there's sadness, there's joy, there's sorrow, and everything in between. And so all of these emotions are imprinted on these places. Is it possible that these energies become something of their own? Maybe, but at the very least, maybe there are things that seek out these high energy places because they feed on that, or they need that kind of environment to exist, or maybe they just flourish in environments like that. And that can mean dark things that want to feed on dark energy, or it could mean just things that need more energy than what they're capable of generating themselves. That maybe we're never human, maybe there's something else from somewhere else. A lot of people suggest shadow people they're not actually former people. They just look humanoid. They have, they appear bipedally and like human shape, but they probably were never people in the traditional sense. They're just something else. So whatever the case, whatever you think, but I think these stories are great. I've heard through the years some amazing stories that have come from hospitals, both from experiencers, former nurses and existing nurses, medical staff have talked to me through the years. And I don't like hospitals personally. I really don't, because I've spent a lot of time in hospitals through the years and I've never felt comfortable in them. I just can't wait to get home. It doesn't matter how sick I am, how injured, how wounded. I just can't wait to get home. I can't wait to get out of there. And I've had weird experiences in hospitals. So, yeah.
I mean, when I worked in the hospital that I worked at by me, I mean, I wonder if it is an energy thing, like just being bombarded by that much energy.
Sure.
Because I was the same way. I didn't like working there as much, and
Right.
maybe that's why.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you're sensitive to energies. You always have been. So that is my take on it. And that seems to be yours as well. Guys, feeling off today. Glad to be here. Not a fan of winter darkness. Me either. Jaron, I'm going through some total seasonal stuff. I'm having a hard time just finding energy for anything. Same here, Brent. I don't like them at all. Wizard doesn't like them either. Yep. And Benno from Oz. Me too, Brent. Many asthma attacks and near-death experiences as a kid. Yeah, that's frightening stuff. But all right, let's get to this article and see what you guys think about the article itself. And again, this is from Thought Catalog, and it's written by Emily Madriga. Let's get into it. Parking lot ghost is the first one. A staff member was sitting out in her car during night shift when some woman who knocked on her window and completely disappeared. The next day, she was discussing this out loud with the oncoming shift when someone pulled out a picture from the old files based on the description provided, and apparently it was a match to a former patient that had passed away at least 10 years before that staff member was even hired. And that was written by 88th Coward. So it's like lingering around and like spooking out the members. Now let me ask you, Sheldon, if you were a spirit and you were for some reason or another earthbound and you were in a hospital, would you do stuff like that?
100%.
Yeah. I think
absolutely. Yep. I'd be the trickster spirit. Yep.
You would, huh? You'd be like,
oh, yeah.
I'm all in. I think I'm going to do this. Hold on. I'm going to see about making your picture a little bigger because you're kind of, it's like I have this big fat head above you and then there's your head. So there we go. Now we're kind of a match. Here we go. All right. So yeah, I think I would too, at least sometimes. I wouldn't obviously do it to like people that were really sick or infirmed. Not to anybody that couldn't flee, if they were really scared. Wouldn't be like, oh, you're in the wheelchair. You're not going to have a good time. So, all right, here's the next one. Sweet Justice. I did a rotation in a burn unit, and there were tons of stories that go around, but I'll share my favorite. A pimp lit one of his ladies on fire, and she immediately bear hugged him, causing them both to suffer pretty severe injuries. Unfortunately, hers included inhalation burn. Well, they both were being treated in the same ICU, but on opposite ends. Weeks later, she ends up coding and passes away. And after about 30 minutes, as things start to quiet down, the guy starts screaming from his room, "Get her out, get her out. I can't read that language, but get her out of my room." Yeah, so she was like stopping by and going, "Yeah, you dick." All right. That was by My Dog Opper, number 8. Operates better than you. So,
ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ooh.
What a horrible story, though. I mean, I don't know how anybody gets to the point where they just have no value for another person, like none, not even a little compassion. I mean, that's a whole crazy, scary kind of broken,
Oh, yeah.
where it's like you don't care if that person even does another breath or not. It's just like, meh.
It's evil.
Yeah, it is. It's like devoid of any merit. I mean, if you can't like value life even a little, like even the old boy, how would I feel if that was done to me thing, you know? Like you have none of that. There's nothing. It's just truly, is that sociopathy or is that psychopathy? I don't remember.
Could be either one. Yeah.
Yeah. But in any case, that is just scary that people are operating in this world at that level. Like that's where that's regular for them. Like, I don't care. I'm just going to get mine. It's like, man, you got to have some kind of love. My God. What a horrible world that would be if that was your worldview. Like, I don't care about anything or anybody, you know?
Yeah. I don't view people like that as human.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah. Is that even human anymore? Probably not.
Yeah.
Not in a traditional sense, anyway.
Nope.
All right, here we go. Sometimes they aren't really dead. Oh, jeez. This should be a good one. There's probably some medical explanation for this, but still the weirdest thing I've seen as a nurse so far. We had a very robust, confused old lady on our floor. Her room was in the front of the nurse's station, so we could keep an eye on her, and had one of our nurse's aides as a sitter too. Well, she was always fighting, kicking, trying to get out of bed. Very restless and agitated, as some patients I've had before can get before death. Well, one day we were called into her room as her heart rate was going down, and she lay still with her eyes open. It was 30, 20, and then flatlined. We checked for a pulse and just didn't find any. She was a DNR, do not resuscitate, so we did not attempt resuscitation. We closed her eyes and prepared to get the body bag and call the family. The sitter remains in there to start getting the body ready. Less than 10 minutes later, she calls us back in. The old lady's at it again, hitting, kicking, trying to get out of bed. She came back to life. Honestly, we found this situation hilarious, and I still have never seen any patient come back like that on their own. I think she made it out of the hospital, too. That was by Jesus Crust. There's the name right there. Jesus Crust. That's a great story. That's a great story, and I see something happened in the chat here. What is going on, you guys?
Whoa.
Linda gifted a membership. And Greg Silverado, you're a month member to the channel, so congratulations. Thank you, Linda, so much. And Greg, hope you like it, and you decide to stick around. And then Nathan from the Quantum Show, God bless you, sir, became a member. Wow.
Welcome.
You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Was she a heavy sleeper? Yeah, that's about as heavy as you can sleep, I think. When you're coding and flatline, and that's as deep a sleep as you can hope for, or maybe not hope for. I don't know how you feel about that, but she came back to life, and actually, she thinks she actually was released from the hospital eventually as well. So she I wonder if she saw anything, if she experienced the old NDE at that point, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Jesus Christ. Great story. Little girl Omen is next. I've worked in a small family-run nursing home for 6 years as a nurse's aide. It was an orphanage before it became a nursing home, and unfortunately, before being shut down, the orphanage had a history of severe abuse and neglect. Unfortunately, it's not gossip. The owner herself has told us. When residents get close to death, they always see a little girl. I don't know how many times, ladies and gentlemen, I've heard that scenario. When especially when it comes to care units, it could be a hospice or in nursing homes, people see a little girl apparition a lot And a lot of the staff members seem to be like, well, we know someone's leaving, because that would be like the omen for them all. So that's amazing that that comes up yet again. When residents get close to death, they always see a little girl. One of my patients, a very alert gentleman, he knew all of our names and was very alert and oriented. I was passing dinner trays and saw that he had his back turned and was talking and laughing in the corner. Well, I knocked and asked him who he was talking to, and he chuckled and said, well, this little girl came into my room. She was scared. He died about 3 days later. About 6 months later, had another patient screaming about a little girl grabbing his feet, and she needed to leave him alone. He died that night. She's come up over the years, and it's always the same thing. They see her, and then they die. Other coworkers have had the same experience. It's very unsettling. That was by Piper, Pyper 151. Yeah. So it seems to be like almost like a reaper, the whole reaper idea that a figure comes and kind of takes you home.
Yeah.
Or takes you somewhere. Maybe it's not home, but whatever. But it's creepy, isn't it?
Yeah. Jeez.
It's kind of interesting that it was grabbing the one guy's feet and then he died that night. But the other guy was like laughing and joking and having a conversation with this little girl. And it was more sweet and endearing, and he passed 3 days later. So it's like maybe the crabby there, all right, you're not getting the grace period. You're going now. So I don't know.
Jeez.
Right?
Depends on where they're going, maybe.
Yeah. Or where you get dropped off. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Crazy. Okay. All right. She had to explain to him that he died. A ward I once worked on had a patient who was a psychic medium as a patient. And we had a bit of a laugh with her as she was on the ward for a while. She had a stroke, which affected her mobility. And she would do readings for the staff, etc., from time to time. Well, I just took it all as a bit of fun until one evening when she pressed her nurse call buzzer and told us to go check on a patient in a side room as he was dead. Well, we went to check and sure enough found that the gentleman had died. Later on, we asked our psychic patient how she had known, and she told us she had seen him coming out of his room, obviously distressed, and she realized he had died and had to explain to him what had happened and help him pass over and go to the light. Now I'm not a believer, but that gave me the creeps. That was by Smack Max.
Words have to end with, I'm not a believer.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, how can you? I mean, there you go again. It's another same scenario. I don't believe in ghosts, but this one time, and it's like, wow. And
That
still,
would have been your chance.
Yeah, that was the point where you should have become a believer unless you're really hanging on to some old ideas. That's crazy.
I mean, how else can you logically explain I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it.
It's interesting though that she knew. She was like, nope. I saw him come out and he looked distressed, and I had to explain to him what was going on. It's like, yeah, you kind of got to believe a person has some kind of gift at that point.
Yeah.
Or at least a really strong awareness. I don't like the term gift because it sounds so exclusive. But you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. Touched is next. I was working at night, and one of the patients died while I was in the room. We tried everything to revive this person, but it just didn't work. So after doing the papers and everything, I went to another place in the hospital, and I swear to God that this patient, who I saw dead, touched my right arm. And I think that I have never cried that much in my life. And that was by Gala Galaxy.
Wait,
I don't know how she knows.
Your arm?
I swear to God that this patient, who I saw dead, touched my right arm. How does she know? Did she see it, or did she just experience a touch and just conclude that it was the patient?
Right.
Right?
Yeah, a little more clarification.
Yeah,
needed.
Fair enough, but I think you can at least she had some reason to believe it was that person, and that he was visiting her or whatever. Here we go with the haunted floor. Don't worry about the ceiling. It's the floor. The floor is lava. The floor is lava.
Oh, God, yeah.
I worked in a pediatric hospital and always heard that the fourth floor right outside of our oncology unit was haunted. Well, I worked 312s normally, but would pick up overtime and picked up a night shift. I was working in the NICU, which happened to also be on the fourth floor, but on the opposite side. The oncology unit had a staircase that was a shortcut down from the cafeteria, which was on the second floor. At about 3 a.m., I was ready to take a short break and wanted a cup of coffee from the cafeteria, so I decided to take the staircase. I walked through the automatic double doors and saw a kid skipping down the hall. Well, I called out to him as I was afraid a little kid had snuck out of a patient room. And as soon as I called out to him, he turned and in the blink of an eye, totally vanished. A lot of other nurses and docs had seen the same little kid skipping in that same hallway. Of course, I just chalked it up to being exhausted and didn't really think much of it after that, but you're damn sure I didn't use that hallway at night ever again.
Yeah. So funny, people's explanations. I just chalked it up to me. Yeah, because when I'm exhausted, I hallucinate people. Yeah, that happens all the time.
I've never been that tired that I've hallucinated people. Ever.
Yeah, no,
and I've been up for like 36 hours straight and, was just about in a stupor, but I still never hallucinated anything.
No, yeah.
The only thing I've done when I've been absolutely exhausted, sometimes I will catch myself starting to dream even though my eyes are awake. Like you start to hear a conversation that's not happening. It's like, wait, I'm drifting off. I'm drifting off to sleep. Oh, no.
Yep.
But that story was written by AGF0605. Very cool. Yeah, very cool stuff.
To each their own, but I mean...
To each their own, you know?
Come on, just believe. You're almost there. You're so close. You're so close.
Just a little push and you're all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And, to each their own. They'll get there when they get there. But let's read The Veil is Thin. Back when I was a paramedic...
Tablecloth.
Really?
Interesting.
When the veil is thin and it said tablecloth.
Oh.
Huh. Is it
as thin as a tablecloth? Gotcha.
Right. That actually works. It's a bit of a... I mean, the veil is thin. You're thinking of a thin veil-like thing. A tablecloth would be something like that. It's not a tablecloth, though, to whomever's deciding to talk to us. We're talking about the separation from our world to the spirit world as a veil, as a barrier. I just want to spell that out just in case they're like, what do you mean? What is it? We're talking about a tablecloth? What's going on here? I don't understand.
Or they're saying veil, and then the readers being stupid is like, oh, tablecloth.
Oh, the ghost box, yeah.
Yeah, the ghost box is the one being stupid.
Yeah, maybe they said a veil. Yeah, could be. I don't know, but there you have it. That's kind of funny. Actually, the ghost box said something relevant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It said it hasn't said anything else tonight, but last night, or no, it did. It did say something. It said professor earlier, and pie. It said pie, P-I-E, pie. I like pie.
Wow.
Hey, you guys.
So random.
It is. Some of them are just absolutely random, like pie. Okay. I like pie too. Where are we going with this? But tablecloth actually is pretty relevant following the veil is thin. Okay. Well, you're welcome to continue to participate, spiritual entity.
Feel free.
Yeah, as long as you're positive and loving and not horrible and evil, because if you are, you're not welcome. I'm just saying.
Yep.
We don't do that. The veil is thin. Back when I was a paramedic in Oakland, I almost said Oklahoma, Oakland, and I was taking care of an elderly gentleman in the back of my ambulance, and he looked up into the upper corner of my ambulance and said, "It's okay, Lulu. I'll be with you soon." His daughter was with him and told me that Lulu was his wife who died 20 years earlier. A few minutes later, he went into cardiac arrest and passed on. That was by Henry R.N. Wow, that's a fantastic story. It's again, I think those is as tragic and sad as that. I'm sure that was. It's still kind of beautiful because you know that his wife came and got him. You know.
Yeah, just waiting. Wait.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's beautiful, right?
Oh yeah, it is.
You know, I mean, sure, we'd love to hang on to everybody forever that we love, but yeah, a shroud. Wonder Woman said, like a shroud.
Ah, like a shroud. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, very cool. Rachel's
I
saying,
wonder if that. I wonder if that's a universal thing. You know how animals, can kind of tell when their time's coming. They just they
"Oh
feel
yeah,
it.
yeah,
They act differently. That kind of thing.
sure."
I just wonder if it's the same with people in every case.
Not every case, maybe, but because, well, obviously, I mean, car accident, you can't see that coming. But if you're just aging out, you mean?
Just like a slower pass. Well, obviously
Yeah,
not a car accident, but I mean, like,
right.
you're sick or something's happening, and it's like, oh, this is my last night, or oh, this is my last moments. If you can feel that coming, I'm assuming yes, that there's a part of you at least.
When I was little and almost drowned, I literally came up and went down, came up and went down, and I came up and was going back down, or I'd just gone down, but then I grabbed onto the oar that my mom managed to get to me. But it was in the Mississippi, but it was the only thing I can tell you is that I was frantic. I was absolutely frantic at first, and I was fighting, and it was just I couldn't stay up. It was like I was just carrying bricks. I just couldn't get to the surface, and I was running out of air in a hurry because I was frantic and spazzing out too. But it was weird because at some point it was like I was watching it happen, like I was already getting disconnected from that, and it was like a kind of weird calmness, and I knew I was still flailing, but I couldn't really feel it anymore. So it was like I was watching that event happening. And then, of course, I was able to get that oar, and then they got me into the boat again. But yeah, I don't know if that's the same thing or not. I mean, I don't think I was probably like, well, I guess I had to have been pretty close to drowning, but I don't know how close. But I do think that there's definitely an argument for the fact that people seem to know at some point, like especially some older people, if they have all their faculties and stuff, there's so many anecdotal stories of people like, I know I don't have much time left, and they can feel it coming, like they can just feel it.
Yeah,
So I think so.
it's got to be the same as like intuition. Like you get that feeling, like you just know,
Yeah.
almost like a fact. When you were drowning, did you get to the point where you, because this apparently always, because it's a survival reflex from our bodies, but did you get to the point where you breathed in the water?
No, I mean, I was, when I got out, I was coughing a lot of water. I like coughing up, like I gagged on a bunch, but I don't think I was at the point where I actually sucked it in. So, but I just remember getting like faint and feel like I was drifting, and like I was more watching somebody struggling than I was feeling the panic of that struggle. So it was like I was kind of removed from it. I don't know. I mean, I was just a kid. I was, maybe 8 years old, maybe 9, something like that. But it was a long, long time ago. But I do remember thinking, even after that, I was like, why did I feel like calmer at the end? Like I should have been more frantic, right? But it just felt like I was watching something happening rather than participating.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It was. It's forever ago now. I'm 56. God, it's almost 50 years ago. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm really immature though, so that helps. But anyway,
50 years ago. My God, you're old. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
thanks. Thank you.
I'm just kidding.
All right, next one. Little girl ghost. There's a little girl who haunts the burn unit of a large military medical treatment facility in the U.S., and she's been seen by both staff and patients. Haunts may not be the correct term, but she has been witnessed by several. Yeah, it's a presence, in other words. Not really haunting like raising hell and making it a creepy place, but just being there. That was by JCC 7089. Very cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, sorry. Granddad's were saying, is it Day of the Dead today?
No, Dia de los Muertos is right after Halloween. It's 2 days,
Oh.
the next 2 days after the Day of the Dead.
Oh, we're past that. Okay.
Yeah.
Never
Yep.
mind.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep. There's just a quick one here. Pastoral Care knows what's up. We've actually had a room sprinkled with holy water several times by our pastoral care due to the amount of deaths we've had in that same room. That's by Big J Rich. Ooh, what if it's a room? What if there's just a room that they should probably turn into a closet and not a patient room?
Jeez, people are continually passing away in this one room.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like literally the shop vac for the spirit world.
Oh, jeez. It's actually terrifying to think about. There are locations that have a lot of passings.
Yeah, I think I would quit using it as a room and literally like make it a storage place where you put the cleaning supplies or something. Because if you're noticing an unusual high number of mortalities in that room, it's not a room anymore. It's just a closet now.
Oh my God, it's a graveyard.
Yeah. It's like a black hole to the spirit world.
Yeah.
Yep. Crazy, but that's, I think, where we're going to cut this off. Because it's already 8:16 and we got to get to what the hell is that? And then the cryptid corner. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Craziness. But I hope you guys are enjoying this. I think it's really cool. I love these articles. I really do. I think they're exceptionally fun.
Exceptional. Yes, they are.
They are. All right, I'm going to put that there. One thing I forgot to do before the show, I even forgot to send you a link. By the way, what time did you come in? Actually, did you like literally just get done and came right in?
You did send me a link. What do you mean?
I did.
That's how I got here.
No, I know, but I was late sending you the link. I usually send it before I launch the show, but today I didn't. And I launched the show and I'm like, okay, guys, I forgot to do this. I'm at the beginning of the show.
No, I mean, I when I was ready, I just went to my email and there it was, and then I joined.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
So,
Gotcha.
I don't know. Yeah.
I did forget, ladies and gentlemen, something that I should have mentioned to you all, but haven't. And this is that tomorrow night here on the show, I'm welcoming Brandon from Tinfoil Tales podcast. He's going to be here and joining me tomorrow night. And we're going to be talking to him about a lot of strangeness that he's been dealing with. So I just wanted to let you know. And I was just taking that moment of saying all that to go find some links from Sasquatch Chronicles. I think I did that one already, though. Okay, I got a couple of them here. But before I do that, we got to get to another segment that we've been having a lot of fun with.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Is it really?
It is.
Truly?
It is.
Okay, well, I'm glad you like it. Because here we go. If Brent is the golden professor, what shall...
The silver professor?
the brown bubble.
Oh, not the bubble.
He's got...
It's still rumbling, believe me.
Yeah, I'll bet it is. Speaking of rumbling, it's time.
The hell is that?
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for What the Hell Is That? This is the segment of the show that we deal with a lot of images or videos that are purporting to show evidence of supernatural, paranormal, Fortean, UFO, strange phenomena. And it's just a gut check mostly. We're going to look at it and see if there's anything that really looks like it's hoaxy. Again, I started doing this segment just because of a lot of stuff I was seeing online. It's like, why do people believe in this? Why don't they look at this and go, oh yeah, I can see this, this, and this. And so I just really did it initially just to try to reinforce critical thinking in this because there's a lot of confirmation bias. But we've also checked out some things that really do look real and really could be absolute evidence, potentially. There's no way to really know, but we'll just keep looking into it and seeing what we think. But we don't have the ability to ask questions again, just like the article we just read. Just got to make a gut check on these things. And while we do this, I do ask for participation from all of you. I'll ask you guys to vote in the chat, and it's a chat poll, basically, if what you're seeing, if you think it is paranormal evidence, like it's legit, give me a 1, just a number 1. If you think that it's absolute crap or nothing to it, obviously fake, give me a 0. And if you're kind of in between, give me a decimal like 0.1, 0.5, 0.8. You know, where are you at with it? Let me know. We used to just
percentage.
We used to just do 0.5, but then everybody started doing multiple decimals. So I consider those as like the meter, like almost there, not quite, you know, maybe halfway, and then barely giving it a shot. So got a lot of decimals, so it's whatever you think, but just as long as it's between 0 and 1. Because otherwise, sometimes people put in the like 8 and stuff. And it's like, I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do. So,
Supernatural stuff.
what?
Supernatural Station podcast. That's Roman or Jaren, I think.
Jaren, yeah.
Gut check is good unless you eat the buffalo chicken McDonald's sandwich.
Yeah, definitely won't have Sheldon do any gut checks tonight.
No. No, I don't want to feel anymore down there.
It'll be whipping up a fresh batch of Nutella there.
It's in the oven.
Yeah, I bet. It's cooking up now, folks. So yeah, I've got some things to show you. It's going to be a little more abridged version tonight, but there's a couple things that I got. One of them is from Rachel. I think this is the one. This was from a listener. Let me look. This is from a listener, Trinity. The email is Trinity, and she sent this to me. And these have been around for a while. And she says, I came across this video by accident. It shows the channel to be Into the Wild. It is from 2 years ago, but I'm now just seeing it. And then she gives me the link. And she said, so I looked at the channel page. And this one's from a year ago, which is another one. It seems a whole lot more real, but I find it amazing that one channel has so many videos of Bigfoot and so clear. Look at this channel. Look at his channel under popular videos to see tons of Bigfoot video. And I think that's a great take. And I think you kind of said it all right there, Trinity, because once you look at one source and you find a ton of compelling videos, probably you're not looking at something real, but we'll look at these right now. Here's the, whoops, there it goes. Here's the first one. I want to look at how long it is. It's 57 seconds. But I think that's a huge red flag. If you're seeing one source coming up with a bunch, I mean, if anybody has more than one compelling video of a Bigfoot, I think that's already questionable. Is it impossible? No, but it's really less likely. Getting one is like the holy grail. So if you got a page full of it, chances are these are staged, just because, I mean, that's the only way I can look at it. But take a look and see what you guys think. Here it is. Into the Wild is the YouTube channel, and they've got 34.8 thousand subscribers. So definitely support what it is. And I don't know if they're claiming it's real or what it is that they're claiming. But this is clear footage of Bigfoot captured, and we'll look at this video now. Oh, there it is right there. There's no red circle, so it's hard to see. I wish I could zoom this in because I would point out some things that are sticking out to me. And I'm sure when I show you guys the second video, it's going to become pretty clear, like, oh, this is the page that has that video. Because I'm sure the next video, many of you guys have seen.
Oh.
Now, I have to say this.
Oh.
What? You seeing it?
Yeah. Huh.
All right. Now, that's the first one. Here's the second one, which I'm sure more of you have seen. And remote camera, one front view of shelter site. I don't know what that says. What does that ribbon say? It doesn't say police, I don't think.
Danger something.
Danger.
It's backwards.
Yeah, it is backwards, and it's hard to read, but at any rate,
Oh, danger, do not enter.
Danger, do not enter. There you go. Now it is lifting that. That was already broken, but it fell because it was being supported by the one that it just lifted. Now, a lot of you, I'm sure, have already seen this. It picks it up and it smacks it.
Oh.
There you go. Now, most of you have probably seen that one. That one's done the rounds quite a bit. Here's the thing. Is somebody going to catch 2 videos like this? Well, I mean, it's not impossible. It's just really unlikely. I don't know. But I want to see what your guys' take is. I don't think it's CGI. I don't think it's AI. I think that it's staged, probably. I don't know if you've seen that same suit a couple of times, but it's the one that throws that big log too. Have you seen that one, Brent? Yeah. Yeah, and I think this is probably the one that you're talking about. Karen Alberding says, nope, not believing it. Go ahead and vote in the chats if you haven't already. 0 because I've seen that same suit. Yes. I agree. After I left, I don't know what you're talking about, D. It's fake CGI or AI. I don't think it's either of those. I think it's just staged and it's a production.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a trail cam. Usually you'll see the watermarks on trail cams. They'll have the digits, like the time, date, all of that. I think it's something on a tripod and they just staged this out. One step ahead of you, Brent. Yeah, clearly. It's a good suit. Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I will say the arm length looks very human. Looks
The
very
nose
human.
looks human too in the first video.
Definitely 0. Supernatural Station says pile driver of that tree. Yeah. 0 stage says Beth. 0 from Karen Alberding. 0.3 from the unknown. Halfway there, John Stevenson. Sharon Sunshine. Nope. Pixie Ranger. Halfway. Glitchy around the log. 0.5. Sure. Aussie Tiger. Halfway there. Yeshua. No. Cat Doherty. No. Rachel. No. Wizard Moon. Nope. And the Ocean says, I'm saying no. Yeah, Wonder Woman says 0, but what is the movement to the left? Like a small one? I'm not seeing that. Hold on, let's relook at it. What is the movement to the left? Is there something over here that you're seeing? I mean, there's the figure right there. It's kind of the person or whatever. How'd you like to be in that suit and then a real one shows up?
Oh, a mate.
Oh, or it thinks you're challenging its territory and it decides to rip your legs off and beat you with them. I mean, I think it's a strong guy because that's, it's like kind of a root ball he's dragging there, but it's not a huge tree.
No.
I mean, everything he's lifting is not outside of human possibility.
I lifted a branch about that size recently, actually.
Oh, did you? Yeah. I mean, it's not that it can't be done. And he's not like doing it with one hand. If he did it with one hand, it'd be like, oh, well, that's okay. That's surprising. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see the movement on the left, though. There's from hitting, whatever. But I don't see the movement on the left. At least I'm not seeing anything, but if there's something there, you could be right. But again, what do we got? Nothing over on Rumble. Nobody's voting over on Rumble. Car Juice, Dog Digger, nothing. What do you got? Come on, guys. But I think that's what.
What would the placement of these tapes be for anyway?
Well, part of their scene, probably. I think what I read when it first came out was it was supposed to be a police line, like it was the site of something. And it's
yellow tape, not
I know.
Pink.
Well, this could be up in Canada too, and I don't know what they use. They might use pink. I don't know. That's not a dig on Canada, by the way. I just don't know if it's different color up there. But yeah, danger, do not enter is not official. It would say police line, do not cross. But the first explanation for this video was this was the sign of like where a hiker was mauled or something. Or a camper, his site was torn apart and his body was found there, and it was police had cordoned off the area for research or for the investigation. And then, of course, this was captured on one of their cameras they had up. But
Oh, and he says they use yellow.
oh, they do use yellow. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Huh.
Yep. So I think, again, I'm going to repeat what I said before. If you're looking at a page and they've got several versions of Bigfoot videos, it's probably not real. Just saying.
I mean, why? I don't understand. Why do people do this kind of stuff?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Like, if it's for a project or something, something like that, okay, who cares? Whatever. But don't claim it's real. Don't do that.
well, judging by the arrogance in some Bigfoot researchers, and they want to be the authority, and so they maybe would create videos like this to look like they've got the beeline on where the good stuff is happening, and they captured it. So it's kind of like, their version of street cred, like, oh yeah, well, I've got 5 of them on tape on my channel, And so, it is though. Everybody wants to be the authority. Not everybody. There's some great investigators out there and researchers. I don't mean to imply that it's epidemic, but there are some bad actors out there. Hell, there's a guy, Rick Dyer, was running around with a trailer and having people pay him like a few bucks to come in and look at the body of one that was encased in a special case nobody could touch.
Wait, who?
Rick Dyer, I think it was.
Oh,
He's a guy a guy that also claimed to have shot one, and I think this was another one that he claimed to have shot and killed. So
you shot and killed, but it never released it.
no, he did, but you had to go pay a few bucks and go in his special trailer to go look at it, almost like a mobile sideshow. It was some weird thing like that. I think that was Rick Dyer. Yep.
Okay.
Wonder Woman says, exactly, Brent.
Exactly.
Exactly. I'm exactly right.
Exactly.
Well, send it over, Unknown. Definitely do that. Please, Unknown, I know you reach out to me all the time through the Facebook Paranormal Portal radio page. I really don't look at that much, and I always feel bad when I do see that you've been sending me messages over there, because I get notifications for specific things over there, but I don't get the notifications for messages directly to that page, or So if you want to message me, connect with me on my Brent Thomas page, if you would. That would really help. Or just email me at paranormalportalradio@gmail.com.
As Unknown knows, I am garbage at checking some of my notifications, like on Discord and whatnot. I am garbage at it. Oh my God.
But I never want to leave someone hanging. But I know those methods are out there. But I'd be checking. I got like 8 pages that I got to keep track of, and I just don't have the time. I'm so sorry if you've been messaging me and I haven't responded. But it's the best way to respond to me or to reach out to me is through email, paranormalportalradio@gmail.com. I'm checking that constantly throughout the day, and so that's the best place.
That is true. You do check that a lot.
Yeah. Well, I have to. That's where all the official mails, and where I get emails from Libsyn, from other creators. It's where all my information comes and goes, and I'm on email all the time. So that's the best way. But that was the first one, and I think that that was. Whoops, forgot to turn that off.
Whoa.
There we go. We're not done with it yet.
We're not done yet.
We ain't done yet. No. Hey, guys. All right. This is one that Rachel sent me. This is the one that we were going to possibly look at on Wednesday, but I couldn't do it because there was so much narrative from the other creator that I just couldn't re-air their whole clip and try to show you what was being seen. But Rachel found the actual clip from Darkness Prevails. I think this is this on YouTube, Darkness Prevails? Yeah, it is. It's on the YouTube. Darkness Prevails is, I think that's a show as well. And as I recall, it's supposed to be a really good show. So maybe not as good as the Paranormal Portal, but, in the running. Just saying. Of course, you got to love your own stuff first, right? But this is a really creepy thing that was apparently recorded. And you'll be able to read it as it plays. But thank you, Rachel, for finding this. This is cool. I'm glad you were able to find the core video rather than me trying to reshare somebody else's video without sharing too much of it. and risking that issue. But this is from
Right.
Darkness Prevails on YouTube. And this is a strange creature. But you'll be able to read along on the screen what it's talking about. Can you explain this footage? And here it is. I hope this isn't music.
This unexplainable ghost-like creature was captured on a trail camera in the Appalachian Mountains. The beast captured is a tall, pale-looking creature, crawling on all fours, with seemingly glowing eyes. There are an alarming amount of ghost and skinwalker encounters in the Appalachian Mountains, and this camera may have captured one such.
I'm going to quit the narration there because you can read along. But look at that creature. That is just bizarre. It doesn't look like it's quite human in its proportions.
Oh my God.
Right?
Oh my God. No. Nope.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Are you afraid of the dark? You should be.
I am now scared of going there at night.
Yeah, isn't
If
that creepy?
If that is absolutely real. No. Nope, never going there. Gotcha. Nope.
Well, I will say that it's not impossible that it's a person, but
Well, it's just the stomach is too long.
it does seem like that, doesn't it? It seems
The
like
stomach's way
proportion.
too long to be human.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
The proportions are. Yeah.
That's a good point. And the hump on the back, which is the lumbar region of the spine,
That's
is
not how our
actually
spines
up.
work.
Yeah, there's usually it's more concave or arched. When you arch your back, it usually goes that way. Not this would be almost like a really bad scoliosis, you know?
Oh, that'd be yes. Yeah.
Because even the hips,
I mean,
the hips are even turned down.
Yeah.
It's not like the butt cheeks are way high in the air. It's like they're turned down, like the coccyx of the spine. Whereas it should be like this is actually contorted down. It looks like it's pointing more towards the ground. Look at that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That is a strange anatomical twist. Now, I don't know.
Well, the eyes are weird too.
Yeah, glowing eyes is not common.
No, it's not. It's not glowing. It's just that it's at the top of the head.
Yeah, maybe they're like bug eyes.
That's what I mean. Like it's at a weird position.
Let's look when it looks. Yeah, it kind of is. Kind of is.
Yeah.
Even though it's picking its head up, I don't know. It just looks wrong to me. But could it be real? Could be. If it's if it's an AI thing, it I guess it could be. I'm not saying it couldn't be, but it's strange. But it really does kind of look like the pale crawlers that we talk about, or
Yeah.
ghouls.
That's what I was thinking.
You know, ghouls or pale crawlers. Sorry, I'm trying to spit that out. So it's not like there's no precedence for this. This isn't just a one of a kind or a one time thing. This looks like we're looking at what could be footage of a pale crawler. And there's more of this stuff out there, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to look for pale crawlers or, rake, they call them rakes usually now. Yeah, I don't know. I think that could be it. It could be legit. I don't know, but let me know what you guys think. Time to vote. Jaren's all in. Anybody else? Let me know in the chat what you guys think. What are you thinking, Sheldon?
God, I hate the fact that I have to worry about AI with this kind of stuff. I hate that. I hate it so much. But
I'm personally not leaning AI just because they would have had to have built in a lot of low quality video image, and it could be done, but why would you? Why would you make it just trash res? Trash resolution.
well, to make it more viable that it's real.
Believable? Yeah, I guess it could be.
Yeah.
That's a good point, but I would think if you're going to go to all the trouble to, well, it's not like it's a lot of trouble to create anything on AI anymore. Just go, hey, make me a really low resolution image of a weird crawler creature.
I don't think it's AI though. That would take so much, even with AI. to get all that done, the resolution, that it being that clean with that resolution, I think it's leaning on the side of, like, if anything, more computer animated, but not, I don't think AI.
Let's see what everybody's saying, because we got a bunch of votes here. If the Appalachians, it's probably real. You're right, Yeshua. There's lots of strangeness coming out of the Appalachians. So Jaron's all in. Flat 6 is all in. It's got saying it's real. Rake, the ocean says. Adventures with Beth, halfway there. Aussie's all in. John Stevenson, halfway. Kat's halfway. Annie Manul, nope, she's not buying it. Sharon Sunshine, all in. Karen, not in. Yeshua, all in. Looks 50-50, believer versus non. Yeah, it is a pretty good split. Mike Prine's most of the way there. He's willing to consider it. Rachel gets it right, half. Pixie Ranger, half. I see lots of vids like that on TikTok. Could be BS. Sure, it could be. I mean, and all of these could be, honestly. It's just gut check. What do you think? Could it be real? Barbara Mora, 0.5 feral person. The areas don't look placed right. You mean the arms? Yeah, could be a feral person, I guess. I mean, that's in Appalachians. Are there like feral people up there? I've heard reports. Yeah,
they're naked. They'd be dead in like minutes.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's why would you? It's not necessarily winter.
Snowy?
Is that snow, or is it just?
I thought that was snow.
That kind of does look like snow now that you say it. Yeah, you'd definitely be getting hypothermia. But if maybe you just got an endurance, I don't know.
What's that guy? Are capable of that level?
What's that guy? Win Hoff. He does that class where you go swimming in ice water and stuff, and jogging
yeah,
on. Yeah, Win Hoff, is that his name? Yeah, he's got that whole program for breathing and how to stay warm. So maybe these are part of his program. Wizard Moon's halfway there. I'm really late to the show. That's okay, Jason. Good to have you here. Oh, Arms. Yeah, Barbara corrected for Arms. Barbara's over on Facebook tonight. Good to see you, Barbara.
Okay.
The Unknown, nope, not buying it. So there you go. That's the votes over there. Dog Digger says 2. That's not an option. Rick Dyer, just a low-grade human. Yeah, I think so too, Dog. That is right to my right here. Right over here. Checking out the video with us.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm at 70%.
What do you think, Ghostbox? Is this a real video of a real event, or is it manufactured and fake? Let us know. This is your chance to vote, Ghostbox.
Give us your votes.
Or is it Peter? Peter, what do you think? Peter was the name of the one that was hanging out before.
Well, that's right.
Yeah. So, Peter, do you think that's real or no? Let me know. Make the Ghostbox say yes or real or fake or 0 and 1. 1 if it's real, 0 if it's not. Let me know. You can vote too, Peter. If you choose, yeah. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Looks like Creature from Back Rooms video, but still 0.5. Okay. D's peeling potatoes. Good on ya. Cryptical Crossroads, Josh Casto, not buying it. Okay. Well, I don't know. Again, it's a great video, but thank you, Rachel, for finding that. I just really appreciate that because I just couldn't show the other version. There was just too much of that other person on it, including their head. So it's like, yeah, it's like looking at what you're seeing in the image there, except with her head floating down the corner, talking, which is fine. It's her video. She did, a great job. I appreciate that, it brought it to my awareness. I think Rachel brought the original one to my awareness as well. So cool video. Trying to think, do I have anything else? I think I do. Let me just check this out. Let me close this one. I got both of those on that browser window. And now let me look over here. Nope. Is it this? Nope. Nope. And nope. Okay. No, that's all I have for you tonight for the what the hell is that? Which is good because that'll give us some time to dig into the cryptids. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to enter the darkened places of the world. To look for creatures unsubstantiated by the biological sciences around us. We're heading to the cryptid corner. Lori Gibbs says, Flat 6, believe. My mom was from the swamps in Louisiana. Crap happens. Yeah, I think the Appalachians, the Louisiana swamps, all of Ohio and a lot of Pennsylvania, and there's a lot of strangeness, especially up that Appalachian Trail, that whole thing. Those are ancient mountains, and they probably carry a lot of energies, living and less living. But
I mean, even in your area, it's very wild.
Oh yeah, don't you just feel it when you're up here too? Like, think of the woods in Minnesota that we're regularly in, and then when you go out in the woods up here, it's just like,
oh, it's night and day. It's night and day.
You're on the menu when you're up in the woods. You're actually on the food chain actively.
Oh yeah, I remember when I was out with you last time when we went out there. I was always looking around. Yeah, always.
Oh, we went out to mushroom hunt, didn't we?
Yep. Well, we tried, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, you didn't find any, but yeah, up in Trestle Creek area there.
Oh God, I felt I had to look around at all times. I did not trust anything there. No.
Yep. He's just waiting for a grizzly or a mountain lion to pop out, or a big Sasquatch. Of course, that's always possible. Or a dog man.
I mean, the worst thing you could probably find is bear cubs, brown bear cubs.
Oh God. Yeah. No, that's true. But anyway. Or even moose.
Moose too. Yeah.
Moose kill more people every year than any bears.
It's true.
They are so chock full of testosterone. They will just go unhinged on anything.
Oh, mating season. Oh my God. Yep. They are dangerous.
Well, they're dangerous even on the best of days.
Well, because the hormone, their testosterone's pumping through. They're trying to,
Yeah, but they're a big animal. I think, and I think about how big is a Bigfoot. I have to remember when the moose was in my backyard, and it was a mom moose, and she had a baby, or not really a baby, but a young one with her. And at first I saw the young one. I was like in the laundry room looking out the back, and I'm about 2.5 feet off the ground, and I'm about 5'10". So my eye level is up right around the 7 foot range from the ground out there. Mm-hmm. And the little one came first, and he was probably at about the 6.5 foot mark, and he's coming by with his head up, and I'm like, oh, that's a big animal. Wow, that's huge. And I didn't know Mama was coming, but I'm standing in my, and I'm behind glass, but on the other side of this thin pane of glass, a big head appears. And I was like, oh my God, they are huge. Like, I'm 7 feet up and she's at eye level with me. And I'm like, oh, that's a lot of animal. And then they made my backyard their home for 2 days during the winter. And let me tell you, moose poop, it's like somebody took a 50-pound bag of Hershey's Kisses and dumped piles of them all over your yard. It's like, oh my God. Yeah, that was crazy. But they are big. They are so big. And then you realize how small we are. We're like, I feel tiny. I'm small. That was just that's a mother moose with a cub, which is also potentially dangerous. But this is one that's hanging out in town regularly during the winter months. It's kind of a local legend here. So wasn't really worried about it, as far as it being aggressive. Then there's the time Don was going home, and he went out my door and came right back, and I'm going, what are you doing? He goes, there's a big moose outside your door. And it was sitting there chewing on my plum tree. It was literally like, 15 feet, 20 feet from the door. And Don was kind of trapped, and we kind of thought about it for a while. And he's like, Don's like, screw it, I got to get home. And he just walked out there. He just walked out anyway, and the thing didn't bother. It just kind of, it was weird. But
I mean, if it probably goes into town often every year, I mean, it's probably used to humans and not like,
Well, there's generations of this same family, because there's pictures from the 50s of the big moose in town. So it's the same lineage. Oh. So it's generations of them coming into, winter in town. So anyway, yeah, there was a plethora of poop, as Dave Scott would say. Plethora of poop. Yeah. All right. Well, we got about 10 minutes left. Sorry about my cryptid moose story, but I had to get into it. We're going to go to Sasquatch Chronicles for a couple listener emails here. What's funny? I just closed
And
one.
he said, it's not the portal without poop.
I just didn't know what it would be like to have to clean that up, but it's a hell of a thing. It's a hell of a thing. What is it? Encounters?
I mean, it does put in perspective, though, when you think about it. Like, pictures, video do not. Even the mountains that I saw when I first went to Idaho, like, I'm sure it's the same experience when you see a moose in person.
Yeah.
It is a entirely different experience, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I got to grab one more here. Here it is. There it is. That's the one I accidentally closed. Okay, here we go. We're going to get to Sasquatch Chronicles right now, ladies and gentlemen, and dive into a couple of listener emails from Mr. Wes Germer. Yeah, what's the chronicle, or what's the portal without poop? Indeed. It's a question I ask myself every day. All right, here we go. We're going to start with November 13th. Special thanks to Wes Germer. Thank you for letting us use your listener emails, brother. These are awesome. Something is around my home. A listener writes, I'm a 46-year-old Native American woman married to a 47-year-old Hispanic male. It's a very rural area. We live in a small Spanish land grant in New Mexico. For geographical reference, I live right next to a mesa with a ditch separating us from our nearest neighbors, who are about 100 yards to our north and about 300 yards to our south. Late on Thursday evening, I was doing my nightly routine in the bathroom, and this was after 11 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. When the water shut off, the whole house was pretty quiet. My big Mastiff / German Shepherd mix, Layla, was inside in her kennel for the night, along with my two Chihuahua mixes. Wow, that's quite a spectrum of dogs. You know the Chihuahuas run that house, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
We do have a rooster named Mary. I know he's a guy, but we named him before we knew he was a rooster and not a hen. And 6 chickens and a duck. And they were all, yeah, they got a regular farm. They were all in their coop. One thing about Mary is that he will crow. One thing about Mary is Mary is he will crow all day and night. Yeah. It does not matter if there are other dogs or coyotes around. This is a mean one. He has been so quiet, no fight to get into his coop for over a week. He will not crow until we let him out of the coop in the morning, and this is very unusual for him. He has become so tame since this happened. When I was getting ready to leave the bathroom, I heard whoop, whoop, whoop noise and wood hitting together shortly after that. Maybe 4 hits. At this time, I could hear my big dog stand up and move around in her kennel and start whining. The 2 littles started whining as well, and then I heard whoop, whoop. 2 shorter whoops follow. I was so freaked out, I sat on the edge of the tub and tried to process what it is I just heard. The lights in my kitchen and living room were on at the time. I went in, turned off the lights, and left my outside light on. I tried to look outside using the full moonlight to see if I noticed anything. Needless to say, I was shook. I checked on my son, who was fast asleep in his room. Well, I decided to go to bed and try to get some sleep. I'm a very heavy sleeper, so I usually don't hear anything at all once my head hits the pillow. On this night, every little noise woke me up. As I was laying there, I just realized we do have one or more around our town. We just had to leave this town We had to leave town this past Saturday after I heard the whoops, and I asked my sister if she could house sit for me to take care of our animals. She told me that Saturday night around 11 p.m. she heard 2 whoops. She's a cop and had her rifle just in case, but she said my big dog was really uneasy again. This encounter made me remember a few instances where I remember things happening that made sense. Back on December 24th, 2015, we were on the way back home from midnight mass, and we were traveling on a 2-lane road back to our home, And on one turn, there's a steep slope, kind of sandy, kind of rocky, if that makes sense, on the one side, the side that we were on. And on the other, a steep hill with lots of rocks and trees. And there's a car in front of us, and my son was in his truck behind us. My husband, myself, and our 2 young children were in our car. The car in front of us slowed down, and we were wondering why. We had to brake because there was a big figure that ran very fast up from the slope side, across the road, and up the hill to our left very easily. And that terrain was pretty rough to move that fast. It was pretty big, but it was carrying an animal of some sort. We both asked one another if we just saw that, and the car in front of us had to have seen it too, because they were driving really slow at that time. My older son said he saw something run across the road in front of us. Now, back to about a month ago, I was going to bed. I just turned off the light in my room, and I heard 4 loud wood knocks. I didn't think much of it, but it was in the back of my mind. And now hearing the whoops, I know that was it, or them at that time too. I've always believed they were around, and I respect their boundaries. I always thought it would be cool to see one. Just hearing that has changed my mind so fast. It was super scary for me, and I would be okay living the rest of my life never seeing one, especially that close to my home. I did let my 12-year-old son know what I heard, and he said he hears the tree knocks all the time. I asked him why he never said anything, and he told me he didn't want me to freak out because look how I am, freaked out now. My husband, on the other hand, kind of laughed at me and said it's because I listened to your podcast and was probably imagining it. I did get upset with him and told him I heard what I heard, and he can't say that I imagined it if he saw what we did back in 2015. He agreed and said, I've lived here for 47 years, his whole life, and he's never heard of Sasquatch hurting anyone around here. He said that if they are around, then they probably have been here longer than us, and we just need to leave them alone. Just wanted to share my story. That's a good point.
Wow.
You know, if they've been around and nobody's ever heard of anything horrible happening or any weird disappearances or something, yeah, they just are part of your community.
Yeah. I mean, no need to freak out about it at that point.
Nope. Everything's good here. Nothing to see
Yeah.
here. Move along. All right. Well, that's going to be the show for tonight. I was going to do a couple, but we kind of ran all out of time. I think that's going to be it. So this has been the Cryptid Corner. Okay. I just had to do the voice since I forgot to turn off that one too. Moose almost killed a friend of mine hiking in Maine. Wow, Yeshua. That's got to be frightening because they don't do it quick either. They just kind of stomp you to death and grind their horns into the dirt.
Yeah.
They just smash you. Three of you.
Whoa.
It's a regular party up in here.
Yeah.
It's a regular party every Paranormal Portal, ladies and gentlemen. So, Sheldon, did you have a fun time tonight here on the portal?
I always do. Absolutely.
Well, it's good you can make it. Thank you. Check your email, Brent. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
What do you mean, oh, yeah? You know about this?
Wait, who said it?
Wonder Woman?
Oh, yeah. Wonder Woman said she was going to send you something, or he was going to send you something. Wonder Woman.
She? I don't see anything yet.
Yes.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, she looking left. Like one licking its lips. Oh. I think the whole thing is a piece of crap. But I did catch that. Let me know if I'm crazy. Also, Bigfoot looks out of his eyes directly into the camera, and those eyes aren't Bigfoot eyes. Oh, I was going to say that too. Thank you for bringing that up, Wonder Woman. Yeah, the eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, when you hear of someone that's seen a Bigfoot, the eyes are allegedly enormous. Not bug eyes, but they're definitely larger eyes than ours.
Proportionally?
Yeah, and I looked at the image there, and I was thinking the same thing, but she said it looks at the camera. She said those are human eyes, not Bigfoot eyes. And I got to say that, you know, when you hear reports, people talk about their eyes being farther apart and big, like big eyes. Now, they usually have a protruding brow and all of that, and so they're more they're more sunk in, but they're still sizably, noticeably different than ours, usually. Now, I will say that some of them look more human than others, but I do think pretty universally the eyes are bigger. And they would have to be nocturnal. Usually nocturnal creatures have big eyes. That's kind of a thing, to gather more light. And so I suspect that is probably the case. But when you look at that, that does look very much like a guy with a really puffy suit on. It really does. And so I don't think that is probably legitimate activity. But it's not my job to judge this stuff for you. Just give you some food for thought and, help you. And that was, like I said, when I created the what the hell is that? It was just to try to encourage critical thinking. So those kind of things are great to bear in mind. With Bigfoot, oftentimes look at proportions. If the arms are in human range, probably not the real thing, because pretty conclusively, almost all Bigfoot type reports talk about how their arms are like close to their knees, or somewhere in that range, but definitely longer than humans. And again, I would encourage you to watch Thinker Thunker's video dealing with proportions, because it's great stuff. I mean, it really is. And it's one of the benchmarks that I apply. Just after I watched that, I was like, God, that's great. That's good. But he talks about human proportions and primate proportions. We are primates, but we are Homo sapiens, and talking about more of the other apes and how their arms and legs are within certain proportion, and how humans' legs are much longer than our arms. So anyway, that's stuff to think about. Thank you for that email, though. I appreciate that, Wonder Woman. Thank you. That is great things to think about.
Yes.
I agree. Very cool. So, Sheldon, anything before we leave?
Absolutely, guys. Don't forget ParanormalPortal.net is the home base of the Paranormal Portal. You can stay up to date on everything new coming from the Paranormal Portal, whether it's a new podcast or when we're going live. Don't forget the interview me button right there if you have an amazing story to share, as well as discord.gg/Paranormal Portal. Put right in the chat the community home base for the Paranormal Portal, where you can stay up to date on all the new chats, the links that everybody's providing. Amazing place to go to stay up to date on whatever everyone's sharing at the time.
There it is, folks. That's going to be about it for us. Spit it out, boy. I say, boy.
I'm a man.
It's the Foghorn Leghorn. You remember that cartoon guy, the big rooster guy that would always have that little...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know. I didn't know if you were ever in the Looney Tunes, but yeah.
I did. Yeah. I'm not that young. Jeez.
No, it's not that. It's just I didn't know if they were still a thing when you were little, now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, gotcha. All right, guys, that's it for us. Remember, we love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic of every day. And remember to laugh as much as you can. I'll be back tomorrow night. Again, I'll be joined by Brandon from Tinfoil Tales. Tomorrow night here on the show, 2 hours of picking his brain, making him do the heavy lifting. He's got some splaining to do, folks, and we're going to make him do it. So Brandon from Tinfoil Tales tomorrow night. If you're all ready for some more paranormal entertainment and you're leaving the portal because we're done, head over to Dave Scott's Spaced Out Radio. It's an incredible show. If you've never seen it before, I know you're going to love it. Give him your love. Tell him the portal sent you. If you go over to Spaced Out Radio, tell them the Paranormal Portal sent you. All right, that's it for us, guys. Good night, everybody. Take care, and I'll be back tomorrow night with Brandon, and we'll have a great discussion with him. Until then, good night, everybody.
Good night.